Part 2 of the external antenna. Part 1 discussed the setup and how it's in a classic. Actually, it's a T formation, but it's at a 90-degree parallel to each other. So it's actually picking up signals that propagate through from northwest. So any signal that comes in from any opposing direction might be harder to pick up. One, it's got to go through this brick wall here. But it still does good wonders if you don't want to actually raise the antenna. Does it actually enhance the signal that the receiver is already picking up? It probably could receive those same signals with the width antenna. And if this were grounded properly, would it work? Well, this is actually in Chinese because it's the Chinese version of, I believe, the Grundig. Let's see here. I believe I actually have the, somewhere around here, the, again, a Tecsun model. Yes, here, let's see. Just see, we'll look at that here in just a second. But I don't think I've actually reviewed this radio. So this will be sort of a review as well. Back here on the back, you get all the frequencies, 88 or 87. And then it's actually got, it looked like AM, that's actually Japanese, Chinese. This is bought from a very nice fellow on eBay. Lipan, I believe. And it's a much cheaper receiver than one might expect. It actually has fine tuning, although it does have a slight issue with that, and I'll demonstrate that now. Let's plug an external antenna. And let's go over to shortwave. Let's say your DXing. Pause. A little clicking sound. Everything's smooth and consistent. To scroll through channels, you're actually getting a little clicking sound in between, which actually causes you to miss something. So if you're tuning, you might miss something. But I've used it a lot at night, and it serves me well. It does. Even that's a small flaw that pretty much you can deal with. I don't believe this receiver is made anymore, but it does not have SSB, single sideband. Pretty much it could, since it has this tuning switch, but it does not. So you're going to be limited on what you can receive. You can receive most open broadcasts, but any, like a lot of Christian stuff, you might be able to receive World Service, BBC World Service, if you can get it off of, if it actually reaches to the United States, or wherever you are, if it actually receives in your area. This receiver runs off 3 AA's. One thing this features that I believe it's the YB320. I'll have to look that up. It's the Grundig version, which I believe in the United States is also Eton. Yeah, that's it. It's the Eton. And it's the American version of this. It has almost all the same features. The only button it does not have is this FM stereo option. or each one plugged into a external source. Shows up stereo. Stereo indicator. So if you're getting a lot of interference, you can actually turn off stereo. This has meter buttons that you can actually go through on the shortwave. 120 meter, 90, 75, 60, 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, 19, 16, 15, 13, 11, and then it restarts back up at 120. You also have the mode button, which goes between the frequencies of the different, like FM, MW, or AM. This is full step, unlike the RDS radio that I reviewed earlier, which actually was not released in the United States. It's actually only released in the UK, since RDS was not fully implemented in the United States at the time of its release. This actually will scroll through every frequency, so you don't have to worry about picking anything up. That's 650 WSM. This receiver will pick up WSM very well. It's very, very good sensitivity, very powerful far-out antenna. On the right side here, you got a lock switch for tone, high, low, fine tuning. You got a button up here that acts as a snooze and a light. If held in, it'll actually keep the unit on, the little light on. You got your DX, local or long distance, for DXing, obviously. You got your antenna jack, headphone jack, which is stereo, volume, and something that's not available in the United States version. Well, it's the jack is there. This will actually charge the unit. So if you've got rechargeable batteries, you can charge it up. This receiver also has a nice little menu system. If the receiver is off, you can press like 2, 4. It'll actually turn the clock to 24-hour time, 14:09. So 2:09. You can press it again, go to 12, and it's back to 12-hour time. Up here you got the alarm functionality. I don't always use all these functions, so I have to kind of go through it. I believe this is the sleep timer. No, it's actually direct into your presets. You can actually do that and go right through your presets. And I've got most of the country music frequencies stations set. And this actually does work. Looking a lot better with not up there. So press that and you can go through the different frequencies.
They send it first. WKDF, you're home for 103-minute music.
There we go. But that's pretty much it. It has 25 preset banks. And you actually go through the preset banks, I believe, by pressing this button. You can go to that, and I believe if you hold it, you can go to like page 2. So you press it, And you can go to page 2, and you've actually got more presets in page 2. You can have it divided in different pages. I've got it divided into the highest page, since I store most of my presets on. But it's got 8 pages, 200 preset memory, which is great if you like to DX. It's full PLL phase lock loop. Full battery and signal indicators. Very good radio. The only thing it's really lacking, in my opinion, is the RDS data feature and single sideband receiving control. Overall, good radio and highly recommended.